I'm a professor at the Hong Kong Polytechnic University, the Department of Logistics and Maritime Studies. I'm also the chairman of the German Aviation Research Society, GARS. I'm so happy to speak to Darren Ellis from Cranfield University about them hosting this year's GARS Junior Workshop, short GARS 26. During our recorded session, I forgot to mention one important feature of the GARS Junior Workshop. This is that every year, and also this year, we have 2 Best Paper prizes which will be awarded during GARS 26. One for Bachelor Master students and the other for PhD students. 1,000 euros is thankfully sponsored by my department at PolyU for this. We are also grateful for Routledge sponsoring book vouchers for the winners. Darren, you are so kind to host the GARS Junior Workshop this year, 2026.
It's our pleasure to be hosting GARS this year. We're really looking forward to meeting everyone in person in June. I'm Darren, originally from Australia. I moved to the UK almost 8 years ago in 2018, and I'm a senior lecturer in air transport management in our Centre for Air Transport Management. We're an all postgraduate university, so essentially we have masters and PhD students.
So what courses do you teach?
So I'm the course director on the full-time MSc in Air Transport Management, and within that course I teach the module Geopolitics of Aviation.
Oh, interesting.
So at the moment there's a lot going on in the world, so that particular module is constantly being updated with the changing world landscape and the changing industry as a result. And I also take care of the group project. So this is really for another
video. We should do another video on this, in which we talk about geopolitics.
Yeah, that could be a very long video, but I'd be happy to do that one as well.
All right. So, and how about, okay, so now we know who you are, but how about Cranfield? Why did you go to Cranfield? What's so special about Cranfield?
Well, I know as a PhD student in Australia, when I was studying air transport management, Cranfield was always on the radar, so to speak, whether it was journal articles written by members of staff here, or just the general knowledge around everybody studying aviation, that Cranfield was one of the top universities in Europe. Yes, students love going to Milton Keynes. They can catch the bus and maybe in 30 minutes or so they can be in downtown Milton Keynes, which is our closest city. There's also a train that takes about 35 minutes to London Euston Station, and we even have an indoor snow skiing field in Milton Keynes, along with a whole lot of nightlife, restaurants and other things. So it's a really interesting city to visit.
So snow skiing in summer, because the workshop is June 9 to 10.
Yes, and it's opened all year round. And I was surprised when I first went there 8 years ago to talk to the staff, and they told me that it's actually busiest in winter when people are preparing for the ski season. So it's probably not going to be too difficult to get a session of skiing if you'd like to on the sidelines of the GARS event in June. So,
and how is the weather in general?
So generally really comfortable, really nice and warm, not too hot, gets a little hotter in July and August. We also live in East Anglia. That's the region which we are halfway in between Oxford and Cambridge, just to give you an idea of where we are geographically, and by car about an hour's drive northwest of London. And so our region is actually one of the driest regions in England.
So no need to bring the umbrella?
No, I don't think so. I'm not going to say 100% it won't rain, but it probably will be fairly nice weather during that time.
Cranfield is very well known around the world for aviation education, aviation research. And I think one of the really interesting features of Cranfield is that you have your own runway, don't you?
Yes, we have an operational airfield, and we believe that we are the only university in Europe to have that operational airfield. I know a number of other universities have a close relationship or have access to an airfield nearby, but ours is actually on campus, and all of the buildings are built all along that sort of runway. And so one of the buildings which you'll get to visit, our Digital Aviation Research and Technology Centre, or DARTEC, is actually located just on the edge of that perimeter fence, and you can get a good view of what's going on the airfield.
And you have some other things that we can visit as well, right?
Within Dartec, within the building itself, we have the Passenger Experience Lab, which is like a small airport terminal. We also have other MSCs across the campus, including in motorsport. We're not too far from the Silverstone Formula One track, and a lot of drivers actually fly in with their private jets. We also have the headquarters for Red Bull in Milton Keynes. So there's a wide range of things we do on campus that relate to a whole lot of different sectors as well.
You know, you can experience all this, and there is no registration fee, because for the GARS workshop, we typically do not have a registration fee. We still have some catering, but we encourage everyone to become a GARS member. Typically what we do is we're using the membership fees in order to support this workshop, other workshops, and also the so-called Hartmut Wolff scholarship. So if you need some travel support, perhaps, then we typically also offer some funding here. This is a 2-day event, although I feel that adding a school, because we also have a school, could easily become like a 3-day event. One of the features of the GARS workshop is really that all the presenters, whether you're a bachelor student, master student, PhD student, or a keynote speaker, you always talk to all the participants. This is really something that I, as a PhD student, really appreciated. This was one of the events where you really could present some of your ideas, your research in an environment where there were quite a lot of senior researchers, all passionate, all willing to support and encourage you. And I just think it's just such a nice, we are a family, a big aviation family. And I guess for you in Cranfield is kind of similar.
Yeah, you're describing something that's very familiar to me, and that's why we're excited to bring GARS to Cranfield and to be the host this year, because to us it's a natural bringing together of like-minded people, so we're really looking forward to it.
Cranfield and GARS, we have a very close relationship for a very long time, so I'm so glad actually that we can come back. For me also, Cranfield always rings a bell.
Well, we're just looking forward to meeting everyone in person. There's lots to do, lots to see, so we'll certainly do our very best to facilitate and to make your experience as enjoyable as possible.
Wonderful, thank you. I'm sure it will be great. I think actually the GARS workshop every year is great, and this year will be no different. I'm 100% sure.
Well, thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you all soon.